Right, it's behind the scenes kind of thing, so you can actually see what's going on inside of my my studio. So this is where I actually do my samples to start my patterns. This is part of my new pattern collection that I'm going to be selling, which is the PDF patterns, which is rather exciting. Besides my my online courses about how to turn your sewing and your fashion, ideas into an actual business. Okay, so it always starts off with a plan. You need to know where you're going, what it is that you're going to be doing, and for what purpose. So even if you are just sewing for yourself, you need to know. You might have a studio from home. So how do you set it up? What are some basic things that you're going to need? Well, first of all, you would obviously have a little area or a space, depending on how much size that you have and what area you're using if you have a studio from home. A display area of some of your designs, either on mannequins or on a rail, or some kind of display sort of stand, so that when clients come in, they can actually see what kind of designer you are, and that you're not just talking, you actually can show them some of your designs on display. And this immediately uplifts your credibility, because they can see what you're all about. The other things that you could do is get your systems in order. In other words, let's say all the latest trends, you'll have all the pictures cut out, put onto maybe quite a big board, like an A3 size, all the different designs on, so clients can have a look at it and maybe sort of select sort of ideas and designs from your board. And then they can so you can also pick up what is their particular style, what's their fashion personality. So when you are designing for them, you've already picked up what styles and what sort of finishing offs and what little details they like from them, choosing and selecting some of the pictures that you've got on a display board. Or you can have the very same thing in an A4 arch lever file, where you can have all the latest trends of jackets, trousers, dresses, evening wear, bridal, depending on what type of designer you are, in a file, always keeping it updated with the latest trends, and or perhaps for different body shapes. So let your client go through them and select ideas, because they might select a sleeve from one particular garment, a neckline from another, a skirt line from another design, and you can combine them, creating a new design for your client. Because now you're reading your client a lot better, because she or he is actually pinpointing some of the designs that they like, and you can put them together and create a new design. As well as your fabrics, you need to keep your fabrics well registered, so you know exactly how much material you've got of each fabric. So cut out little swatches, put it into an arch lever file with the amount of meterage that you've got per fabric. So if you're showing the client what fabrics that you've got, how much material you have to whether you can make up that garment or not, or whether you can actually add as a contrast or combine it into a design. You would also need to have perhaps all your commercial patterns in a file. Categorize it from trousers, skirts, jackets, shirts, blouses, evening wear, wedding dresses, more smart wear, flower girl dresses, depending on what designer you are. So that if you want to show the client to go through the commercial patterns, it's all been separated from the actual pattern itself. It's just the covers, and they can flip through the file and get some ideas of designs that they like. And then that's where you can see what designs they want, combine the designs, creating a new design for your client. Or whether you just got a book full of sketches, or use your fashion cut out pictures in a magazine to show your clients, so that you can get some idea what to design for them. As well as get your systems in place for your invoicing, your quotations. You've got a template for that, so when a client wants a quotation, you can send it out as soon as possible, perhaps with your design, etc. And also have measurement charts in place, so that when a client comes to you, you can take the measurements, and do accurate sort of drawing and measuring and calculations of what the client wants, so that you can be, it's about you being more professional, so that you can actually not waste any time, because as you know, time is money. So create a creative environment as professional as possible, that when a client walks in, they can actually identify immediately what kind of designer you are, and they feel comfortable knowing that they are in the right hands with someone who is experienced and an expert in their field. If you want to see more videos around, about fashion tips, fashion ideas, as well as turning the fashion sewing into a business, check out the rest of my YouTube channel, subscribe, and then you can always be informed of the newest, most latest videos that I'm doing around giving you advice of turning it into business, and where my courses are and where you can find them. This is Tania Sutherland. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and share and subscribe. Until next time, rock your style.